On the publishing side, he was a monster.
Monster.
He owned the Beatles catalog.
Monster.
He owned a bunch of shit.
Monster. Like so I'm gonna tell you a funny story, right? So Michael invites me to his townhouse up in Manhattan one day, right? And we were probably like 80% done working at this point on his project. And he says, Rodney, I need you to come up. So I go over there for the first time. And no, this was the second time, because the first time we played pool. We used to play pool and bet each other. And so this is the second time.
Wait, how much would Michael Jackson bet in pool?
Well, he beat me, man. The first time he beat me, we bet DVDs. Okay. So, and the funny thing is, he wouldn't let me, like, we went to Times Square like that night at like 11:30 at night. We went to Times Square because he wanted the DVDs that he won. He beat me, and so I had to buy the DVDs that night. But the funny thing is, like, the next time we went to his house, sitting there and we just talking really about nothing. It was just like, yo, we just kicking it. And then I went to use the restroom, and I saw a note he wrote in the restroom saying, talk to Rodney about his publishing. So I'm like, yo, This is why I'm here. Like, so then I come back and he goes, so I want to talk to you about something. He goes, I want to talk to you about your publishing and see if you're interested in selling it to me.
He wanted to buy your publishing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Because I remember I interviewed Eddie Griffin.
Yeah.
Right. And those two were close.
They were. Yeah.
Very close.
Yeah.
Eddie actually took Michael to his court date and everything.
Yeah.
And Eddie was telling me about the story that Michael was telling him. He was working with Paul McCartney on one of their projects, right? And Michael was like, yeah, you ever thought of selling your publishing? He goes, I thought about it. I wanted whatever, 30 million. He goes, okay, that's interesting. And the next day, Michael came back and said, I bought your publishing.
I bought the Beatles.
Yeah.
While I'm doing the video with the Beatles. That's gangster.
Right.
Michael walks into Paul McCartney. If you're going to sell the Beatles, how much you sell them for? Oh, I don't know, about 60 million. Wow, that's a lot of money. That motherfucker go right to his trailer, get his people on the phone. Paul don't find out till the next fucking day Michael done bought the Beatles. That motherfucker come on and say, how can you buy Beatles? How can you buy Beatles? He said 60, I gave you 64. That's a lot of money. The girl is mine.
Your publishing's mine.
This nigga's a gangster, nigga.
Yeah, it was $25 million. I paid a few $1 million extra, but yeah, I own it all now.
Yeah.
Like he would do shit like that.
So yeah, like he definitely talked to me about it, but then he talked to me about like his it was really on his album, not necessarily everything, but just like his album,
Oh, he wanted to own all the publishing on the album you guys are working on.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah. And I was like, let's talk about it, like let's get into it. And then I know it was like maybe like not even like 2 days later, he called me and was just like, you know what, man? He's like, you're a good guy. He was like, scrap that idea. And I was like, wow, like that was like huge, because he really technically, I'm sure he could have just been like, yo, here's this bag, move on.
Right, kind of bully his way into it.
Yeah, I mean,
Michael Jackson. Like, if you don't want to do it, I'll just go find a new producer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Michael Jackson.
Who's not going to work with Michael Jackson?
And what people don't really understand is that people say, yo, Michael owned the Beatles catalog. No, Michael owned Sony ATV, half of it.
I heard.
So when Tommy was trying to sign me when I was 18, Michael was trying to sign me because he owned half of Sony ATV.
Yeah.
Like that's what was crazy. So you're talking about Babyface, Mariah, so much catalog that you can't even, I remember he used to tell me about it. He was like, he used to tell me that he was like, Ronnie, get into the publishing business. Once we became real cool, he was like, get into the publishing business. He believed that was the way you really could sustain and build different businesses and sell them in the publishing space. So
yeah.